Well, anyway, dude, last week we started our week with me here at the studio.
We did.
And we played out till 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Right.
I went back to my sister's pad, crashed out.
Right.
Got up.
Drunk as fuck, driving home.
Headed over.
You got
here.
called out, by the way, for being drunk.
I know, I saw it. Was that Phil Ooze?
No, I think it was either Phil or Norge, one of the two.
Yeah, they said he sounded a little drunk.
I think you were a little drunk.
I polished off a whole Magnum by myself, dude.
Don't you ever call me out for drunk driving again. Don't you ever do it again.
I had no problem driving.
I never have a problem driving.
Yeah, if I was that bad off, I would have been crashed on your couch.
Right. Well, yeah, the couch is always available.
Sure. Well, anyway, so I got up Sunday morning, and we were taken to the road.
Yeah.
I came back to your place here, picked you up. We were on the road by about 11:30.
Right.
And we drove through the hills of Pennsylvania and through the hills of Maryland.
Sure.
All the way over to Boston.
We did.
Boston. What am
Boston.
I saying? Baltimore.
Yeah, we drove all the way to fucking sunny California.
Yeah, exactly. We drove down to Baltimore, and we actually drove down through the city.
We did.
And we saw where the Ravens play.
Yeah, wanted to throw a nuke there.
Yeah. We went down through the Fort McHenry Tunnel. That was kind of cool. We went under the bay.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we went under the bay, and we saw downtown Baltimore for all its glory. And then we did see the big cruise ships in the harbor.
We did. We saw one pulling out.
Yeah,
one of the carnival ships pulling out. Yeah.
So we headed up north of Baltimore, and we went directly to the school where CMS Mikey was graduating.
And when he says we went directly, we went so directly that I had to run into the bathroom at a gas station like 5 miles away to change clothes. We went straight to the school.
And we got there right on the nose.
Yeah, literally, like we walked in the front doors, and this is like one of these prestigious, it looks like an Ivy League school.
Yeah, it is. It's a very upper scale type private institution.
It really was. And we walked in the front doors, and we were like real careful not to slam the doors. And we walked in, and as we were walking in, like the side entrance to the auditorium, the students were making their way. They had the music already playing, and the students were making their way to the stage and everything. So, I mean, when he says that we walked in on time, that was about as on time as it gets.
Well, we pulled in front of the building right at 6 p.m. on the nose.
Right, and the thing started at 6 p.m.
Sure. And we walked in, and everybody was standing at attention and just standing and watching the students come in, file in, and we just kind of stood and watched. And then Mike Sr. was able to find us and corral us, and get us into a prime position.
Yeah, we were 2 rows back,
yeah,
3 rows back,
3 rows back to see the prestigious Mikey.
Right, we were close enough just to take Mikey's attention off of anything that was going on in the graduation.
But Mike Sr. was cool enough to save us some seats.
Sure.
And we sat in among the Yakums.
We did.
And Mikey, you could just see the look on Mikey's face was just like, oh, they're here. They're here.
Now this is finally good.
Yeah, they made it.
It's better than just these fucking grandparents.
Right.
It was great because these guys showed.
Right. And being that Mikey last name starts with a Y, very last student to graduate.
Yeah, of course.
Very last student.
Thank God it wasn't like 350 students.
Right.
It was only 44 students.
When they say bottom of the class, Mikey is definitely at the bottom of the class.
And we talked about it driving up about how long are we going to be fucking sitting there with Mikey with a Y?
Right.
We were like, this is going to suck.
1 hour.
Yep.
1 hour.
1 hour in and out. It was great.
Yeah, they were done at 7 o'clock on the nose.
And none of the speeches, other than that fucking valedictorian, were that bad.
Yeah, they were quick and to the point.
The valedictorian was horrible.
Yeah, he was all over the map.
Let's just tell this story because this guy was a fucking douche. I'm sorry if I know he's a kid, and I know he's 18, and and I know he's smart as a motherfucker to be the valedictorian of that class.
Sure.
But this kid was a fucking douche.
Right.
This kid literally told his life history
from second grade.
From second grade,
from the time he entered that school in second grade to the day he graduated, which was
when I visited the school for the first time in second grade,
and then in third grade, and then in fourth grade.
Then I graduated to fifth grade, and I couldn't forget about the bubbles from second grade because the bubbles were influential,
and they made me learn a valuable lesson that I still I still use today.
Moving forward to middle school.
You know who he reminded me telling his story?
Who?
You ever watch the old Andy Griffith series?
Sure.
Remember Barney Fife?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you, gentlemen, you go out there, run afoul of the law, you end up in one of these maximum security jail cells.
Right.
There'll be no more leisure time. There'll be no more baseball, no more peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's what he reminded.
Dude, did he not tell every year of his scholastic career? I don't think he hit first grade, but I think he started with kindergarten.
Yeah, but he entered the school in second grade.
Well, he visited the school in second grade,
and that's when he started there.
But and I guess the message was something about some fucking study lesson or something that he learned in second grade about bubbles.
Yeah, well, they were trying to get the students to think outside the box, so they were doing a experiment outside blowing bubbles.
Right.
And he thought that's all those kids did was they go out every day and just blow bubbles.
But then I found out
that the blowing bubbles was just a one-day experience.
Right. And I found that out when I entered third grade, because in third grade we didn't blow bubbles. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Get over it.
Yeah, I know. It was funny.
Shit.
So anyway, it was a good time. You know, everybody was... One thing I did like about it, everybody was just squeaky clean.
Wow, weren't they? We were and not you, because you actually look like a human being,
right?
But me walking in with the big fucking hair and the big fucking beard. Did you see the looks I was getting from some of these fucking people?
I know.
These motherfuckers were like, who let this fucking janitor in here?
Yeah, really. I didn't know you knew the guys from Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, really. And then they had Furio taking pictures from The Sopranos.
Yeah, Furio was up there with his camera snapping photos.
Yeah, he was.
Doing all the photo ops.
He sure was.
Yeah, sure. But it was a quick ceremony. It was great.
Yeah.
I guess there was a little, meet and greet thing out on the lawn with the students and stuff, but Mike Sr. just rushed us out of there.
He was like, fuck this, let's go.
Let's get to the house.
Let's get to the party. And
just out the front door, get in your cars and let's go.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like, where's Mikey? He's staying behind. Just get in the car.
Just get in the car. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to beat the traffic.
Yeah, we're going to get out of here.
There was 44 fucking kids that graduated. How much traffic could there really fucking be?
Sure. But we headed out to Mikey's place.
Right.
And
nice place.
Yeah, nice place out in nice upper suburban neighborhood.
Had an awesome view of the fucking ocean?
No, it was
lake.
It was the Susquehanna River.
Was it
yeah.
river?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like Mikey's house was below
sea
level because it seemed like the river was way above their heads.
Yeah, it did. It really did. We were kind of looking up.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
We were looking. Well, we were looking. I don't know if you ever ventured out to the fucking deck.
Yeah.
But when you ventured out to the deck, it was almost even with the water.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of bizarre.
It was weird.
Yeah, but they had a nice spread. They had lots of good food, lots of good drink.
Lots of drink went into Chris.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking those beers.
What kind of beers?
Yinglings.
Yinglings.
And I was it was funny because he had like cousins and uncles and shit, and they were like nursing one beer and walking around. Here I am. Well, I'm good for a dozen.
You're double fisting.
I'm good for a dozen.
Right. Right.
Did you drink that at one point early? Mike Sr. brought in some kind of moonshine.
It was moonshine.
Did you try it?
No, I didn't.
Ooh.
Did you taste it?
Oh, yeah, of course I did.
Because he just had it in the bottle. It looked like motor oil.
It really did. It looked like it was kind of like this brownish blue ooze, like when you first pour motor oil into like a fucking car.
Right.
But yeah, I had it, and believe me, it tasted like motor oil too. It was fucking tough.
Sure. Tasted. It looked like motor oil and. No, I just stuck to the wine.
Yeah, I grabbed it and took a mouthful.
Oh, nice.
Of course I did.
But, I enjoyed, they had, good sandwiches.
Sure.
And, all kinds of stuff. So, we're there and just kind of hanging out. And, finally the grandparents and the aunts and the uncles and the, friends all start filing in.
Right.
And immediately it's like a beeline to Chris and I.
Yeah, that was so weird. They didn't even talk to Mike Sr. or Mike Jr. first.
It was a beeline to us. Oh, are you those two radio guys?
Are you the radio guys? Oh, what do you guys do?
Yeah,
this is so amazing that you guys came here. And the word amazing just thrown around.
It's just like, it's amazing that you came all this way from Mikey.
It's amazing that you guys are willing to come here for Mikey.
Sure. So we got to meet all the grandparents and the aunts and uncles.
Sure.
But, it wasn't without the whole accolades of, wow, the radio guys are here.
Celebrities in the house.
Exactly. Of course, then you mentioned earlier in the show how, you got corralled about your books.
I did, yeah. This 960-year-old lady named Wheezy grabbed me up, and I was sitting there. Well, it was weird because I was talking to you, me and you were hanging out, and then you were gone,
right?
And I was with the grandmother and whoever this Wheezy person was.
Right.
I don't know who she was.
Yeah,
but these two were quizzing me like they didn't believe I wrote my book.
Sure.
Oh, how do you get your ideas?
Right.
And where do they come from?
Sure.
And is it difficult? And how difficult is it to translate your ideas to a book? And that must really be fascinating.
Sure.
I was like, yeah, it's fucking special, all right.
Well, I had it outside.
Yeah.
I was outside, and Mikey's grandfather was hanging outside. And,
now that's a man's man.
Yeah. And he, real nice guy, real friendly guy.
But a man's man.
Well, we'll get to that.
All right. Well, I'm just saying, just when you met him, big hearty handshake, breaks your fucking hand on the shake.
He's got the big ham hand.
Yeah, big fucking could crush a can of soup just to open it.
Right. He's old school blue collar man.
Big time man's man.
Right.
Don't call him faggot or he'll shoot you.
Yeah, exactly. So he was outside and having a beer, and I was out there having some wine, and we were kind of talking, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Hey, are you one of those radio guys that came out here to see Mikey?" I go, "Yeah, that's me." And I shook hands with him, introduced myself.
Right.
And I said, "Where are you originally from?" I said, "You from Pennsylvania by any choice?" He goes, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" I said, "Oh, you still got the accent."
Well, it's funny you should know that, son.
Yin's coming down from Pittsburgh.
Yin's.
That kind of whole thing.
Yin's coming down from Pittsburgh.
I said, "Well, you got that Pennsylvania accent,
right?"
And he says, "You from around that area?" I said, "Yeah, I used to live in Irwin." He said, "Irwin? Wow, that's over there by Greensburg." Now, when I was in the service,
oh boy,
there was a couple of guys that I knew in the service. They were from Greensburg. You talk about some rough ass men,
right?
And so
well, you were gone a long time.
He was regaling me with his army stories, and
because he took you out of the house, didn't he? He took you out to the front yard.
Yeah, we were in the front yard.
Yeah,
and he was telling me his army stories and being from Pennsylvania, and. We were talking about Joe Namath being from Beaver Falls,
right?
And, all kinds of stuff. We were talking football, and
see, you were with the men. You left me with the women,
right?
Thanks.
And then he said that post out there on that Facebook deal.
Oh yeah, boy,
that was a hell of a nice thing that you guys did. That was a fine read. I can't thank you enough. Those were the kindest words I ever read.
They were all over that. I had written something about us going to see Mikey, and you know how I am. I always write what I'm thinking, and I took literally 5 minutes.
Sure.
Just scribbled something out about, that we were proud of Mikey for graduating,
sure.
And blah, blah, blah. Every single person at this party read it.
Yeah.
Every person.
Yeah, well, that was goddamn nice of you guys. The way he wrote that, that was pretty special. That was very special. I can't thank you guys enough for making the trip down and, honor my grandson that way. And, he was just going on and on.
Right.
So while we're standing out there talking,
yeah,
and we're just in the driveway just shooting the shit,
yeah,
this just stunning woman comes walking up the driveway.
Yeah, piece of ass.
Well, let me finish.
All right.
So this gal comes up the driveway.
Yeah.
Sundress on, high heels, white teeth, beautiful face, nice hair, just killer body.
Yeah.
She walks up and she's just like, hi, is Mikey here? And Mikey's grandfather, I fucked her.
You're allowed to laugh.
The same. I mean, it was. It's like, holy shit. Well, then Mike Sr. came out and he goes, oh, Miss, I don't remember what her name was.
Hotness. Miss Hotness. We'll call her Miss Hotness.
This is Mikey's math teacher.
Right, Miss Hotness.
And this is this is Mikey's grandpa.
Right.
And this is Neeley from the Classic Metal Show and, so on and so forth. And
sure.
Says, hi, nice to meet you. And says, well, where's Mikey? Well, he's in the house. And so she goes on in the house. And
sure.
Mikey's grandpa, he goes, now that is a gorgeous woman.
Well,
he goes, they didn't have teachers like that when I was growing up. God damn, that's a hot teacher.
Boy, you ain't lying.
And he says, how did Mikey keep his mind on his studies? I'm just like, he said, that is the finest looking teacher. That is a beautiful woman.
She really was.
Oh, yeah. So we just kind of finished up our conversation. I had to go in and get another drink,
right.
And you were over there being hot for teacher. Nice.
Hey, I'm on it. So, okay, go ahead.
There you go.
Go ahead.
So,
we can just
so I saw you were surrounded by the other women.
Yeah.
Getting your attention.
Oh, yeah.
Wanting to know what's going on.
And by other women, you mean combined ages of 640 between three of them.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So we went inside, and, the people, once again, the ones who didn't meet us.
Yeah.
Anytime we were together, you and I just chatting, somebody was coming up. You're those two radio guys.
Well, me and you ended up pushed all the way out of the living room.
Into the kitchen.
Like against the sinks or whatever.
Right.
And it was like show and tell.
Yeah.
Mikey kept bringing his friends over. Mike Sr. kept bringing his friends over. Yeah. Sarah, Mike's mom, kept bringing her friends over. It was like, these are the guys. Yeah. I was like, Jesus.
They're here.
Wow, can you believe it? These two guys.
Here was the other thing that really surprised me as to how much credit you and I took for Mikey's success in his academic career.
I know. All of the grandparents and even Mike and Sarah both were like, Mikey would have never come out of his shell if it wasn't for you guys.
You guys taught him how to be outspoken and be a public speaker and put his best foot forward and be a little less shy, and he really stood out. And I mean, it's like, really, we did that?
And meanwhile, me and you were sitting there thinking, do you realize what degenerate fucks we really are?
So we're just like, okay.
Yeah, we're like, thank you, I guess.
Yeah. So then a little bit later, the hot teacher came over.
Yes, she did.
And we were just kind of chit-chatting with her, and she says, yeah, I know all about you guys. She said, you guys really helped Mikey.
Yeah.
It's like, you helped him. It's like, well, what did we do? It's like, well, he was able to be assertive and a little more outspoken, and, he talks so highly of you, and, Mikey did so well, and...
I'm glad you heard all this, because all I did was stared at her tits and didn't hear a fucking word that she said.
But she stood and talked to us for maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And she was just like, okay, I got to go. I got to leave.
Yeah.
So she left. And while we're standing there, Mikey's grandpa made a pass through the kitchen.
He did.
He goes, where's that teacher?
No, he went, where's that teacher?
And I said, she left already. He goes,
God damn it!
That's basically what he said. It's just like, oh, God damn it. And she left already.
What the fuck? Why didn't you chain her to the sink?
So yes, for I'm telling you what, just fantastic.
Now let's be honest. If we could have somehow roofied her, do you think Mikey's dad would have banged her? Do you think Mikey's dad would have
go down that road.
not Mikey's dad, Mikey's grandfather?
I'm sure he would have given a college try. That's
you
for
think
sure.
So? Give her a roofie, give him a Viagra, move them both upstairs. Do you think there'd have been some fucking?
Could have been.
I'm thinking there'd have been some fucking.
The
old man really wanted that teacher.
I wanted that teacher.
We all wanted the teacher, but the old man really wanted it.
Sure.
I could see, dude, from talking to the old man, and you talked to him a lot more than I did.
Sure.
I only talked to him for maybe a minute or two, but I could totally see the old man going up to her one-on-one and being like, look, I'll buy you a car. If you just suck my cock, I'll buy you a car. Teach me how to work the camera on this phone.
Nice. Nice. Well, anyway, so, the party progressed. People started just, filtering out, leaving.
Right.
And Chris and I, of course, hung out with Mikey and Mike Sr., and, we were up kind of late just shooting the shit.
Well, kind of late to who?
Well, for them.
Kind of late for them.
Yeah.
They're all, flaking off at, 11 o'clock. Oh, it's so late.
Yeah, it's 11:30.
Oh, it's so late. We got to get up early. And me and you are like, the fuck? We drove fucking 9,000 hours.
Yeah, it's been a long day. I'm tired. Got to go to bed.
We're ready to fucking go.
Right.
And it's midnight. I never stay up that late.
Sure.
Ooh.
Sure.
Jesus.
Sure. But we did learn something new about Mikey.
Wow, did we?
Mikey, let's just
likes pussy.
Not only that, but that kid's got a mouth on him.
Wow, does he ever?
But
well, wait a minute. Before you get to his mouth,
okay,
let's go back to the pussy.
All right.
So we're up in Mikey's room.
Yeah, he's like, hey, guys, let me give you a tour of the house.
Yeah, and Mikey, for better for worse, and I say for better, has all this survival gear ready to go.
Sure.
Like he's ready if once the zombie apocalypse comes, Mikey is ready.
Once Obama declares martial law, he's ready to go out.
He's got his bags packed, he's got his food ready, he's got all this shit in his closet. And he's showing us this stuff in his closet.
Sure.
He's pulling all this stuff out of his closet.
Sure.
And then he pulls out this one file folder. A file folder. And he opens it up.
And he goes, you guys are free to look through this if you want.
So we open up the folder and we start looking at it. And it is, about 20 pages.
No, these are actually photos.
Photos. Sticky photos. And I am stressing sticky because literally they were peeling apart. Sticky photos of hot naked chicks that are
or scantily clad
well,
chicks.
They're covered just enough to where you could actually publish it in a magazine.
Sure.
But every photo, Neely's going through them. Neely was holding them, and he's pulling them apart. And it's like, it's like pulling apart. And he's like, oh, it's just the ink. It's just the ink. Yeah, sure it is, Mikey.
Oh, my God. I go, what is this? Your spank bank? What is this?
Oh, no.
No, these are just some hot chicks that I thought were hot.
But then we went downstairs later, and he pulled them up on the iPad, and the mom was like, whatever.
He's a boy.
He's a boy, whatever.
Right, he's a young man just growing up.
Right, thank God it's not a guy with a 10-inch cock. It's fine.
Exactly.
Right.
Thank God he's not gay.
Thank God he's not sucking dick.
Right? Look at all the porno you want, just as long as you're not gay.
Would you think that valedictorian might be gay?
He seemed a little light in the lobe.
Back in the 7th grade, when I first sucked a cock.
I won't say that. Maybe he's just a bookworm. He's just studious. I don't know. How would I know?
I'm sure there's something about worms he likes.
Sure. But yeah, Mikey is all grown up.
Wow, is he ever?
He likes the girls.
He definitely. Who wouldn't?
I know.
But as much as he likes the girls, allegedly claims never noticed that the math teacher was hot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he said, we asked him, it's like, Mikey, this chick is hotter than hell.
Now, wait a minute. We didn't do an accurate job portraying her either. The math teacher's 48 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I swear to God, and I'm not even, this is no bullshit, this is no nothing for the radio. I swear to God, I thought she was 25, 26.
Yeah.
I did not. Did you? What'd you think?
Well, I figured she was probably in her mid-30s.
I had no thought of that.
Yeah.
I thought she was like a student teacher.
Right.
I honestly believe she was in her 20s.
Sure. Well, all I heard from Mike Sr. was, she used to be a fat girl. She used to be a fat girl, but when she got divorced, she got on the bike and she pedaled that fat right off.
No, somebody pedaled that fat right off. Jesus.
So we were asking Mikey, how in the world did you concentrate on your studies?
I didn't even notice.
He said, I had a job to do and I was just sticking to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was sticking to the job.
Right.
I even noticed that she was hot. You fucking liar.
I had a job in hand, and I had to just go to it.
Be honest. How many times did he have her in his fucking eyes?
Oh, yeah.
And he spanked it. That's what he had in his hand was his dick.
Just remember what he said to you.
What?
When she came in the room.
What? I don't remember.
You don't remember when she came in the room the first time and Mikey said to you?
No.
He said, stop.
Oh, stop eye-fucking her, yeah. He told me to stop eye-fucking her. I was like, I can't. I absolutely cannot. I thought you meant upstairs.
Were you surprised that Mikey said that to you?
No, because I definitely was.
No. Were you surprised at the verbiage he used?
Oh, yeah, I definitely was surprised by that. Here's this kid that you know, in the past we've had on the show, and he's like, I can't say that because my mom is here.
Right.
Meanwhile, he's like, hey, stop eye-fucking my teacher.
This kid wouldn't say shit even if he had a mouthful of it.
No. And now he's reduced to, hey, stop eye-fucking my teacher.
Right. That was interesting in itself.
It really was.
So anyway, yeah. So Mikey shared his fantasy women with us.
Yes, he did.
And all of them hot.
Yeah, they're all hot. They're all in their early 20s.
Right.
As they should be.
Right. So Mikey's ready to move on to the big college campus and go find some of that for himself.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
He claims that he's going to be too busy.
Yeah, he's going to be so busy with work and school.
Nobody's too busy in college to knock down some poon.
Right.
No one.
Absolutely.
Fuck that.
Right. So anyway, that pretty much concluded the evening.
Yeah, it really did. It was fun.
So the next morning.
Okay. We're going to get into this now?
Well, we could save it.
Let's save it just because I need a piss and a drink.
Okay. Well, we will continue the Mikey story because things abound.
Yeah, things happened.
The next morning that were completely unexpected and kind of went off the rails.
Well, yes.
And it's going to make a good segment for tonight.
Yeah. So why don't we do this? Play a couple tunes.
Okay.
I'm going to get a drink.
All right.
You're going to get a drink.
Yep.
I'm going to say hi to Kelly.
Okay.
And then we will come back and we will talk about the mayhem that I specifically caused.
Yes, you did specifically cause it.
Let's just say this. We'll do a typical radio tease, which is shitty, but why not? Let's just say that for as polite and nice as Neeley and I were on Sunday, by Monday morning, Chris and Neeley, the cocksuckers from the Classic Metal Show, were back in full fucking effect.
Reared their ugly head.
And pissed people off across state lines.
We did.
We most certainly did.
Okay. So stay tuned, kids.
Stay tuned, kids, and find out what we did.
Right. All right, what are we playing here?
We're going to play some Super Joint Ritual.
All right, that works.
We're going to play Waiting for the Turning Point from A Lethal Dose of American Hatred.
Oh, nice. All right, well, go get a drink. Go take a piss.
Yep.
Be back. Chatandkill.com. Jump in the chat. Got some good stories coming your way.
Yes.
So here it is. It's Phil and Samuel.
El Salmo.
Exclusively here.
On your Classic Metal Show.